Yo, 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 yo. What is good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How we doing? What's up? We were going today? Yeah, man. Zack Wheeler going today. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I'm happy that you guys are on here. Thank you so much for popping on in, man. We got a big game today. Can the Phillies try to take the series today? Well, obviously they're going to have to do it today because there's no other day for them to do it. So I mean, they had their opportunity yesterday, but they blew it. And the hitting wasn't so good yesterday, to say the least. So, my name's Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you're new to my channel, as always, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, feel free to also hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I either A, go live and do a play-by-play cast, or B, if I upload, or if I upload a video or a highlight video. There we go. Ready for a win. I'm ready for a win too, man. I seriously am. This team has been, every single time I'm like ready to buy in as a fan, every single time I'm ready to buy in as a fan, there's just something that happens. And they lay an egg the next day, whether it's because of lack of run support, because of its poor pitching from the bullpen, or if it's just a combination of those things. And then the base running mistakes. We need base runners. We do. We need base runners, but we also got to drive in runs because we got a lot of base runners yesterday, even though the base running issues still continue to be a thing. Again, don't know what would have happened if Bryson Stott was taking that big lead off over at first base. If he just would have stayed at first base, I'm not telling you that the Phillies would have won last night, but those types of mistakes cannot be happening. That's where we go. Okay, so let's talk about the starting lineups for today and also the pitching matchups. Okay, so now that we have time, I wanted to kind of come on here early because I had an opportunity. Yesterday was like a little bit of a rush, so I just want to get over the starting lineups right now so that we don't have to do it like on the go. Here we go. So for the Marlins, we got Jazz Chisholm leading off at in center field. Jorge Soler is batting in the DH spot, batting second. And Luis Arias, who just had the cycle yesterday, the first cycle in Marlins history, may I add. He's batting third over at second base. Brian De La Cruz is batting cleanup today, which is really interesting as he's out in left field. Yuli Gurriel batting fifth over at first base. Gene Segura playing over at third, batting sixth. And Jesus Sanchez gets the start out in right field because Soler's going to DH today. So he's batting seventh. Jacob Stallings back behind the plate today, hitting eighth. And batting ninth is John Birdie, who hit his first home run on the season yesterday, and he's over at shortstop. So for the Marlins, just to recap, Chisholm in center, Soler at DH, Arias at second base, De La Cruz in left field, Gurriel at first, Segura at third, Sanchez in right field, Stallings behind the plate at catcher, and Birdie batting ninth at shortstop. So then we go to the Phillies, right? Then we'll get to the pitching matchups in just a second. So we got Bryson Stott leading things off. It's exactly, man. Stott is leading things off. You got to keep him at the top of the order. I agree. For now. Stott is leading things off. Then it's Trey Turner batting second. They'll be playing at shortstop. Schwarber's the DH today. Castellanos out in right field. Real Muto behind the plate. Marsh out in center field. Bohm plays at third. He's batting seventh. Cave is batting eighth, and he's out in left field. And Corey Clemens is back at it at first base today, batting ninth. So the two pitchers that are going up against each other. So for the Marlins, it'll be Edward Cabrera, and then for the Phillies, they have Zack Wheeler. This is a Zack Wheeler type of a day, and no disrespect to Edward Cabrera because, you know, he's had a couple of shaky starts to start off the season, but he can be the type of guy that can actually go pretty deep, you know, when given the opportunity. And so far this season, he really hasn't done that well, but he could turn that page. I'm just telling you, because the fastball is legit, and the other types of pitches that he throws is really, really good as well. But Zack Wheeler, I mean, we know the whole story. He has to go out there. He has to dominate. He has to start off strong. He can't be letting his fastballs up. The breaking balls have to be located in the perfect spot, and you can't let these Marlins hitters get to you. The one thing I will say is that when I actually did a little bit of research. Well, I always do research before I go on here. But the Phillies, when you take a look at their starting lineup today, okay, and you see like how they have done overall against Cabrera, they're 3 for 20. All the hitters combined in this lineup are 3 for 20 versus Cabrera. Now, of course, some guys in the lineup, that are for the Marlins, even though they have about 20 hits and 50 at bats, 55 at bats to be exact. Some of them have faced Zack Wheeler a lot of times, like Gene Segura. He's 3 for 15 against him lifetime. And some other guys that are in the lineup. Jorge Soler has had some success. My thing is that the thing I'm trying to say is that even though the history shows that the Phillies as individuals haven't necessarily hit Cabrera so well, that could change today. And hopefully it does change today, because we don't want history to just keep repeating itself. So Cabrera and Zack Wheeler, both on the bump for both of their teams. Wheeler in 2 starts is 0-1. He's recorded 12 strikeouts, 4 walks. He has a 5.59 ERA. Meanwhile, Cabrera, a 5.4 ERA, 13 walks, and only 6 strikeouts, which is really crazy. So, yeah, I think that today's game, they got to take the bull by the horn. They have to try to get runs early, make sure that you get runners on base, and can't be making base running errors. I feel like a broken record for just saying that over and over and over again. Jorge Soler. Thank you. I always say Jorge, but yeah, you're right. Jorge Soler. You're right. Thanks for correcting me on that. I know some people do say Jorge, like Jorge Posada. I want to see a Nick Castellanos home run. Yeah, I agree. See, I question that because at first I was thinking, okay, Nick Maton, but now we don't have a Nick Maton, so there's only one Nick now on this team. We don't even have a Nick Williams. You guys remember Nick Williams? My gosh, wasn't he? What happened to Nick Williams or Nick Pivetta? I remember he played for the Red Sox. I don't know if he's still there, but we had a lot of Knicks in a Phillies uniform. That's crazy. Whatever happened to a Nick Pivetta? If anybody can look that up for me and let me know, because I can't check it right now, I'd appreciate that. Nick Pivetta, what is he doing right now? Heck of a channel, bud. Keep it going. You do better than other people, but have less subscribers. Dude, I've honestly, it's funny. I've just started off. I always tell people that I started off 4 months ago. So, I started like right before the NFL playoffs. I was doing stuff for the Patriots, and I've been calling games for the Sixers, and I'm still doing that. And we have a lot of cool Sixers content coming up. But man, I've just been grinding, and I have a fun time doing this. I realized last night for the first time, I'm truly in my zone, when I do this. And it just comes with reps, and it comes with time, and it's also because of you guys. We're, as I always say, we're a community, we're a family, and, I'm not just doing play-by-play. I really, really care about interacting with you guys too as I do it, Nick Punto. Oh, yeah, you're right. Nick Punto. I forgot about Nick Punto. Oh, man, what happened to him? That's a blast from the past. Yeah, Nick Williams, Nick Punto. How could I forget about Nick Punto? Backup catcher, right? Nick Swisher? He wasn't in a Phillies uniform. I thought maybe at one point he was, but he wasn't. But yeah, man. Gideon, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it so much, dude. What do you think our record is when Harper comes back? That was the other thing I wanted to mention, too. Thank you for bringing up Bryce Harper, because the fact that he's taking batting practice right now is absolutely huge. I think that the lineup changes drastically when he comes back, and I think that our runs are going to go up, and therefore I think that our record is going to be a lot better. He led the league in WAR a couple of years ago. So I think that we can I really feel like we can win the division this year, and we should, even without Rhys Hoskins. That's my goal. Here we go. Okay. So in case you're just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph. Yeah, can you shout me out? Of course. Of course I can shout you out. Aiden Peterson, shout out to Aiden Peterson. You're the best, man. Thanks so much for always being on here and for being a loyal JJ supporter. Thank you. Alrighty, so we're underway now at Citizens Bank Park. So in case you're just joining us, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm going to update the scoreboard in just a second, probably after this at-bat here. So it's a 1-1 count to Chisholm Jr., and he swings and misses at the fastball. A 97-mile-per-hour fastball that's on the inside corner, delivered by Zack Wheeler, who's 0-1 on the season. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 pitch to Chisholm Jr. He swings and misses at the 98-mile-per-hour fastball that was way out of the strike zone. It was a high cheese fastball. All right. So, as I mentioned before, Zack Wheeler, this is his third start. He's 0-1. He's pitched in 9 2/3 of an inning, has recorded 12 strikeouts, only 4 walks, but has a 5.59 ERA, which is not so good for his standards. Here's Jorge Soler as he comes up. Or Jorge Soler. Yeah, you're right. I gotta work on that. Happy that you corrected me on that. Jorge Soler will take he takes the first pitch inside, and the next pitch is on the inside corner, so it's a 1-1 count. Soler is DHing today, batting second as well, and Arias waits on deck. The 1-1 pitch. It's a slider that's painted perfectly on the outside corner. Right at the knees, first strike. All right, got to get the pen out. There we go. The 1-2 pitch to Soler. He takes it way up high, a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. And I got to tell you, early on, seeing Zack Wheeler throw 97, 96, even though we've seen him throw 100, that's a good sign, because in that first outing, he wasn't even hitting 95. So, that's good. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2 pitch to Soler. There's a line drive out to right field. It's going to go all the way towards the wall, and it hits off the top of the Rothman sign. He's going into second base. The throw over to second by Castellanos is not in time. And a 1-out opposite field double by Jorge Soler to start off the top of the first inning. You really think we can win the division even with our shaky start? Baseball is all about runs, my guy. It's all about when teams get hot. And if they get hot at the right time, anything is possible with this team. I'm just going to tell you that. I think that they can win it. I'm not going to tell you that they are, but they can. Here we go. Here's Luis Arias. He swings and takes a hack at the first pitch, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball by Zack Wheeler. Good sign so far. It was a high pitch, and Arias thought he was going to be able to get to it, but he was just a little bit late. Arias hit for the cycle last night, the 0-1 pitch. He swings at a high fastball towards the opposite field, and Cave comes in to make the catch. He throws over to second base to try to get Soler, and it's not in time. The throw was a little bit off the line. It was a ball that was hit out to shallow left field by Arias, and Cave made a nice catch, and Jorge Soler almost was out at second base. If it would have been a better throw, maybe it would have been a closer play. So there's 2 outs. Soler is over at second base, and that'll bring up De La Cruz. Brian De La Cruz. The first pitch is grounded over to shortstop. Turner fields on the hop, throws over to first in plenty of time for out number 3. So the Marlins, they leave a runner at second base, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. Phillies coming up to bat. Woo! That was nice. Good stuff. It was just a double by Soler, so I thought maybe it was maybe he was going to get a triple out of it, but no, he just got into second base. No cycle today. If there's a guy to strike out, it's Arias. You know what's funny? I was actually looking at the stats really quickly before the game started, and Segura lifetime is 3 for 15 against Zack Wheeler. He hasn't struck out once against him. Isn't that crazy? Go check it. I was kind of shocked. Turner leadoff home run. No, it's going to be Bryson Stott, my guy. Stott's leading things off for the Phils. Do you have any info on how good this pitcher is? Cabrera? Yeah, Cabrera's been struggling this year. But he, I got to tell you, though, like, I think when I've seen him, like, he's left his pitches up, and there will be, like, innings, like, where he just, the breaking pitches, they just don't break as much. So the Phillies should hit off of him. They should. So. Yeah, you forgot. It's all good, man. It's all good. For those of you that are just joining in, first of all, hello. My name is Jason Joseph. Hopefully you're all doing well. And, yeah, man, it's a beautiful afternoon in Voorhees, New Jersey. It's really gorgeous outside, I got to tell you. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you're new to my channel, as always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I go live or when I upload. And, yeah, we do Phillies cast, we do Sixers cast, we do Flyers, we do Patriots as well. We didn't do any Flyers games this year, but we do a lot of Flyers podcasts, and we will be implementing more of those. So the Phillies are coming up to bat. Cabrera is on the bump for the Marlins. And the first pitch to Bryson Stott, who's leading things off this afternoon, is taken on the outside corner for a fastball that was called a strike. The 0-1 pitch is up high and outside. It was a curveball at 85 miles per hour. So it's a 1-1 count. Cabrera on the bump for the Marlins. He's 0-1 on the season. And the 1-1 pitch is fouled off right behind home plate, a 97 mile per hour fastball. This is his third start. He has 6 strikeouts. He does tend to walk batters. That's been an issue for him this season. 13 walks. The 1-2 pitch, that's sliced foul towards the third base side and out of play. If Bryson Stott actually gets on today, well, I'll talk a little bit more about it after this pitch here. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock and the 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball into right field for a base hit. And Bryson Stott gets himself a leadoff single. And before this game, they said that if Bryson Stott records a hit today, he will become the first Phillies player with a 12-game hitting streak at the start of the season since Willie Puttin had Jones in 1950. And he just did that. Wow. Good for Bryson Stott. Here's Trey Turner now. Oh, dude, comment all you want on here. And the first pitch to Trey Turner is taken way up high for a ball. That's why I have this chat up here. Always feel free to comment on anything. I think that the Sixers have a chance of going really far. I don't know, though. I'll get to more of that during the break. We'll talk about the Sixers during the break. All right. Oof. Itchy nose. 1 ball, no strikes to Trey Turner. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-0 pitch to Trey. It's taken down low for a ball to throw over to second base to try to get Stott is not in time. And Stott ends up stealing second base. Arias had a good tag and Stallings had a good throw, but with Stott's speed, he was able to beat it out. So a leadoff single by Stott. And, well, I know it's early on, but it seems to be working. And Stott just got his hand in there. So it's a 2-0 count to Trey Turner. Cabrera with 7 pitches so far in this first inning. The 2-0 pitch to Turner is taken way down low for ball 3. And this is where you can see that his command is starting to let up a little bit because he has given up walks. That's been the main thing about him. But if he can locate his pitches, he can be really dangerous. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 3-0 pitch to Turner is taken in on the inside corner right at the knees for a strike. So Turner is batting .313 on the season for the Phillies. He struggled a little bit as of lately. Didn't have such a good day yesterday, and the 3-1 pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Stott is going to go to third. Chisholm makes the throw over towards the cutoff man, and Stott will just stay put over at third base. So a single by Stott. He then stole second base, and then Trey Turner got a low fastball that he just drilled out to center field for a base hit. So that puts runners at the corners now, and here's Kyle Schwarber. The table is set. Can Kyle Schwarber come through? The one thing that the Phillies had such a difficult time with last night is just getting runs home. They got the base runners on, but they just did not get as many base runners home as they should have. The first pitch to Schwarber. He pops this one out to shallow center field. Birdie gets underneath it, makes the catch, and it won't be deep enough for Stott to even go to home plate. So Birdie backed out onto the outfield grass, just backpedaled his way there, and he made the catch. And with one pitch, there's now one out in the bottom of the first inning. Do you know the greatest hitting streak to begin the year ever? I don't know. I have no idea. That's a good question. If you could look that up for me, I'd appreciate that. That's a good one. Here comes Nick Castellanos. Runners at the corners, one out, and Nicky C will slice the first pitch foul towards the third base side. Castellanos batting .300 this season. He has been a hitting machine on this homestand for the Phillies. He had 3 hits last night and has been starting to be like his old self. Hopefully the power comes, though. The 0-1 pitch is taken way inside. It was a curveball that Castellanos just got out of the way of. Turner over at first. Stott at third base. 1 out in the bottom of the first. We're still scoreless. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, and it's foul towards the third base side. The pitch was up high and inside, and Castellanos didn't necessarily put a full swing onto it. It wasn't a check swing, but it was just a kind of like a weird swing that he had on the high pitch. Cabrera winds up and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball that was inside, 84 miles per hour, and Cabrera gets his first strikeout on the day. And there's out number 2. That'll lead things up to JT Realmuto. And time will be called by Stallings. Thought that he put his hands up. But I don't see any sort of movement, so. Nope. All right, we're good. Here comes JT Realmuto for the Phils. He's behind the plate today. A .222 batting average. And he takes the first pitch just at the knees for a strike. A controversial call as it looked like it was a little bit low. So JT has 1 home run, 3 RBI, and he's slugging .417 on the season. Stott at third, Turner at first. The 0-1 pitch to JT. Time it's a little bit inside. And Turner goes to second base. They didn't even show it, but he just stole second. So that'll put 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit could make it a 2-0 ball game for the Phils in the bottom of the first. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Cabrera with the 18th pitch in this first inning coming right up. Here it is. And JT takes it on the inside corner. Painted perfectly. It was a curveball at 84 miles per hour, and he took it all the way. Brandon Marsh is on deck for the Phils. He's out in center field. First, JT has to get on here. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? The appeal at first base. Yes, he did. So the Phillies leave 2 runners in scoring position. They cannot get anybody home, and we go to the top of the second inning. Still scoreless. Wow. Stott has some work to do. Pretty sure it's 56. Yeah, well, I remember that Joe DiMaggio had like a really big hidden streak. I remember that. I think he is like the longest. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We're going to the top of the second inning. The Phillies had 2 base runners. They started things off with a single, a stolen base by Stott. Stott got on with a single, then he stole a base. Then Turner got on with a single. And Schwarber popped out, and Castellanos and JT both struck out. That is a missed opportunity. That can't happen. Again, leaving base runners on. Set the tone early. That was my whole thing. That were my keys to the game. If you're new to my channel and if you enjoy my play-by-play content for the Phillies or if you're interested in listening to me do Sixers play-by-play this weekend, so we continue to keep up with them, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I upload. And speaking of the Sixers, I promised promised Gideon that I'd talk about it. So the Sixers, man, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of like the Phillies in a sense where, like, if the Braves and the Mets are like these top teams, right? If Boston and Milwaukee are considered like these juggernauts in the East, like the Phillies or the Sixers have the talent, and the Phillies have the talent too. So I'm not telling you that they're gonna win the Eastern Conference. I'm not telling you that the Phillies are gonna win the division, but that is what the expectation has to be. Now, maybe for the Sixers, it's just to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that's what would make a lot of people happy. But no, with the team that they have now, they should be able to go to the finals. That's how I look at it. You got James Harden and Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid, how far he takes you is how far the team's going to go. It depends on how big of a back that back is, because he has to carry. Here's Yuli Gurriel to start off the top of the second inning. So it's 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Marlins. The first pitch was, I believe, inside for a ball. I have to double-check that. It just came back. Nope, it was called a strike. And the second pitch is called a strike, too. It looked like it was a little bit low and outside, but it was a slider that hit 87. So it's no balls, 2 strikes to Gurriel. Wheeler, back out there on the bump, winds up and delivers the 0-2 pitch. And Gurriel takes it way outside. Curveball that was 82 miles per hour. So James Hoy's behind the plate today for umping. DJ Rayburn over at first, John Lipka at second, and Nate Tomlinson over at third. The 1-2 pitch. It's fouled off behind the plate, and it goes behind the net. So they keep... I guess I didn't realize this, but they keep the same ump crew, and it makes a lot of sense for every single series, For Game 1, Game 2, they just rotate. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Stott fields it cleanly, throws over to first in plenty of time for the first out of the inning. First 5 Phil's batters have 62 Ks and 12 walks. It's a joke. What else can I say? That sums up why the season hasn't gone the way we anticipated so far. Here's Gene Segura facing his former teammate, Zack Wheeler. And the first pitch is taken downstairs and outside for a ball. No Gene's out in right field today. The 1-0 pitch that is fouled back to the Super Pretzel sign at the backstop. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the second inning. And Segura drills that one to right field, but it's just foul. Got over to the right side of the line, so it didn't even hit the line. So it's a 1-2 count, and Segura will call for time here. Last night, Gene, he had 2 hits. He did ground into a 3-6-3 double play, though, in the 9th inning. The 1-2 pitch. It's outside, not by much. And it's a 2-2 count. Segura was struggling a little bit, but now he has raised his batting average all the way up to 200. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 pitch to Gene. That one is going to be hit into shallow right field. Castellanos with the sunglasses on goes over towards the line and makes the catch. And that was the 16th at-bat that Segura has had against Zack Wheeler, and he still hasn't struck out once. I find that to be really astonishing in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's Brandon Marsh. Marsh is out in center field because there's a righty. So yo, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for coming on here. I appreciate it, dude. We got a game. Here's Jesus Sanchez, batting lefty, playing out in right field for the Marlins, and he swings and misses at the 96-mile-per-hour high-heat fastball. Nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Zack Wheeler with the 0-1 pitch to Sanchez. It is way inside. 97 miles per hour, but it almost hit the jersey of Sanchez, who's batting 7th today and is playing out in right field. Jorge Soler is DHing. Garrett Cooper has the day off. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a 93-mile-per-hour slider that was right over the middle of the plate. 18 strikes by Zack Wheeler. 25 total pitches in just 1 2/3 of innings so far. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And another strikeout by Zack Wheeler. And 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Zack Wheeler wheeling and dealing so far. Woo! Nice stuff. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Throw those high-heat fastballs that are out of the strike zone, and people will be chasing after it. That's what happens when you get ahead in the count. Use that to your advantage, man. And he did. He really, really did. So that is awesome. Oh, my gosh. I should probably not really look at that. I should probably just look at the other chat. Man. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph, right? We've been going at this for about 4 months. We started right before Christmas. It's actually almost going on 5 months, which is really freaking crazy. And that is wild. But I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. I wanted to start my own YouTube channel about 4 months ago. And, this is where it's gotten me. I called games for minor league baseball. I did stuff for the Wilmington Blue Rocks, who are the high A affiliate of the Washington Nationals. I also called games for the Delaware Bluecoats, who are the NBA G League affiliate of the 76ers. They actually just won the G League championship this year, which is, really, really cool. But, of course, they had to do it the year after I graduated from Rowan. They made it to the G League finals twice. I called it, for the first time, during the bubble season. Their season, and I did it with a couple other people, a rotation of people. One of them you're actually going to meet really, really soon, and I'm excited about that. So, but yeah, man, be sure you like, and also if you subscribe to my channel, or if you followed me on Facebook, shout yourself out, because I don't always get the notifications on my phone, so if you do that, be sure to let me know, and I'll give you a shout-out. Shout-out from JJ. That's what we do. That is what we do. Here is Brandon Marsh. He is the first batter up in the bottom of the second inning. The first pitch was out in the outside corner. The next pitch is grounded over to second base. It's going to be a tough play, but the throw over to first is in time for the first out of the inning. Luis Arias kind of had to go over towards his right side and make a sidearm throw over to first base while he was in motion. And Marsh was out. So he grounds out to second. And now Alec Bohm comes up. So Bohm, who batted 5th last night, is batting 7th today. The first pitch to Bohm. It is taken inside, 98 miles per hour by Cabrera. There we go. Nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. The 23rd pitch by Cabrera coming right up. And it's downstairs for ball 2. It was a slider that time that he went with. Cabrera's a really tall guy. When you're actually looking at him on the mound, you can really see how tall he is. 2-0 pitch. A ground ball over to third base. The throw by Segura as he backed up, throws over. He threw a cannon to first base and just got Bohm out. My gosh, he was playing towards the third base line. He had to back up as soon as he got the ball, and then just threw a strike right over to first. That was a missile. So there is out number 2, and now they'll bring up Jay Cave. So Cabrera has retired the last 4 batters that he's faced, and Cave takes the first pitch. It looked like it was right at the knees, but I guess because the catcher dropped the baseball, maybe the ump was a little bit confused about it, but it was clearly a strike. But he didn't call it. The 1-0 pitch to Cave. Swing and a ground ball over to second base. And the throw over to first by Arias is in plenty of time to get Cave out. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies, and we go to the top of the third inning. 2 hits that were all back in the first, and they could not get anybody home. Can Wheeler go out there and dominate the third inning? That remains to be seen. And the Phillies will be right back in just a few moments. All right, so it's ground out to second. That was a quick inning. Bohm should be batting higher up in the order. I agree with that. I do agree with that for sure. But also, like, at the same time, I can understand the whole righty-lefty situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just, I don't know. But here we go. Okay, so would you put Bohm in JT's spot and have JT bat 7th? The only reason why Rob Thompson has Marsh at the 6th spot is because it's, you know, he wants that righty-lefty type of a thing, which I can also understand too. But I think that two things can be true. I think that you can move Bohm up in the lineup, but you could also, I don't know, doesn't have to bat as high as like number 3 or anything like that. Sorry, bro, I'm sick, so I will not be on today to keep it up. Well, you are just on, so you were on, but no, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I had to be kind of funny because you were on technically. I know it's like a dad joke type of a thing, but I hope you feel better. Like, in all honesty, seriously, man. Like, I know the allergies are going around and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, hopefully you're okay. Speaking of tall, that pitcher for the Giants is 6'11". Who? What pitcher for the Giants? The guy that pitched last night? I wasn't watching the Giants game, so you'll have to let me know who it is. Here comes Jacob Stallings. As Zack Wheeler still out there on the bump for the Phils. We go to the top of the third. I gotta stop saying still out there if it's early on, because you expect Zack Wheeler to still be out there. So the first pitch was down low to Jacob Stallings. He's batting 8th today. The 1-0 pitch is lined foul towards the right field side, and it goes out of play. So 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Marlins. Again, in case you're just joining us, the Phillies ended up winning Game 1 on Monday night, 15-3. Then they lost last night, 8-4. The 1-1 pitch. That is up high and inside for a ball. It's a scoreless game so far as we're in the top of the third. Stallings is up to lead things off in the top of the third. And it's a 2-1 count to him. Wheeler with the windup in the pitch. It's grounded over to shortstop. Turner fields on the hop, throws over to first. It was a little bit high, but Cody Clemens just got to it. And there's the first out. Man, good job by Cody Clemens to keep his foot on the bag and be able to extend his arm like that. Oof. So Stallings grounds out to short. Here comes John Birdie, who homered in last night's game and got his first 2 RBI on the season. Swings and foul tips the first pitch into the glove of JT Realmuto. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider that was 87 miles per hour on the outside corner, so it would have been a strike anyways. No balls, 2 strikes. And Birdie calls for time, so he took a big step out of the batter's box and was like almost halfway in between the dugout and the right field, the righty batter's box. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout recorded by Zack Wheeler on the afternoon. A slider that just went into the glove of JT, and gotta be honest with you, Realmuto did a good job at hanging on to it. So Birdie is retired. There's 2 down. There's still nobody on in the top of the 3rd inning, and that will flip the lineup card back to Jazz Chisholm Jr., who struck out in his first at-bat. The first pitch is a little bit outside. It was a curveball at 82 miles per hour that was low. So Wheeler, in his last 12 home starts, has a 1.59 ERA, and he's 6-1, which is really impressive. The 1-0 pitch, it is lined foul. and it's a 1-1 count to Jazz Chisholm Jr. This season he has 2 home runs, 4 RBI, and also a 444 slugging percentage. The 1-1 pitch to Chisholm Jr. It's taken at the knees, a fastball at 97 miles per hour. Crowd is loving it. A pretty big crowd at Citizens Bank Park. 36 pitches for Wheeler. Here comes the 37th one. The 1-2 pitch is downstairs and inside for a ball. Sean Hygel. Huh. How old is he? I didn't even know that I didn't realize he was that tall. He's 6'11"? That means he's like 2 inches shorter than Joel, right? Or 1 inch. People say he's 7'2". I go with 7'2". 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock on the 2-2 pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 3. He gets caught looking at a slider, and just like that, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Zack Wheeler has been in cruise control so far. Phillies still coming up to bat as they are still scoreless. That was nice, man. Backwards K. He's 25 years old. Wow. Huh. In case you guys are new to my channel, if you love my energy, if you love my play-by-play commentary, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I either 1, go live, 2, when I upload, 3, when I do something else. I call Sixers games, right? I call Phillies games. I do podcasts as well. I'm getting a lot of really, really cool guests on this week that I think that you're really going to like, including one tonight who's a friend of mine, and excited about that. So that'll be really, really cool. All right. Who knows, man? Who knows about how this game is going to turn out? Can the Phillies get some offense? I said in the description down below, okay, and I want to ask you guys, comment your thoughts down below right now. Will the Phillies give Zack Wheeler any sort of run support? Comment your thoughts down below. I'd love to chat with you about that. Oh, I thought that was to me. I just got a text message, but it was in a group chat. I thought that was to me, but it wasn't to me directly. Thank goodness. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, though. If the Phillies are going to give Zack Wheeler any type of run support. I hope so, but I don't know. Here we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We have 15 people on here. That's awesome. Good stuff. So Cody Clemens will be leading things off. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Phils. Cabrera goes back out to work, and the first pitch, Cabrera gets a strike. It was right at the knees, a curveball. Clemens is 0 for 7 so far this season in the Phillies uniform. The 0-1 pitch is up high and outside for a ball. I think we score 4 of run support. So far, it's not starting out so good. And why is my scoreboard froze? The 1-1 pitch, a foul ball, and it's a 1-2 count now. This seems to be happening every single time I do a stream. I guess I have to. I just refreshed it now, so that should be better. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cody Clemens, who's batting on the left side of the plate. The 1-2 pitch that is swung on and missed. A changeup that came at 93 miles per hour. It was way below the strike zone, and there's the 3rd strikeout on the day by Cabrera. He is now retired. He's retired 7 in a row now. So, and we'll flip the lineup card, and Bryson Stott comes back up. He singled in the first, stole a base, and then Turner got on with a single and a stolen base, but the Phillies could not get either of them home. The first pitch is on the knee, at the knees for a strike. A curveball at 82 miles per hour. Wow. The 0-1 pitch to Stott. It's a fastball at 97, and it's popped into foul territory behind the plate, and it's an 0-2 count. See, this is what I mean about Cabrera. Once he's settled in, if he's locked in, he can be a very good pitcher for the Marlins. They know how to develop them. Oh, boy. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Nobody on, and the 0-2 pitch is taken way up high to Stott. It was up high and outside. 97 miles per hour. My math teacher's a Mets fan. Gym teacher's a Braves fan. Yes, I love them both. The 1-2 pitch, it is taken on the outside. It was just below the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the stats. That's funny. Cabrera with the 2-2 pitch. It is fouled to the third base side, and it goes out of play. It was a fastball at 98 miles per hour. Stott keeping himself alive. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-2 pitch to Stott. He takes it way outside, a curveball that looked like Cabrera just lost total control of. And what was an 0-2 count is now a full count. Here's the payoff pitch by Cabrera. Swinging a ground ball over to second base. Arias fields it on the hop and throws over to first in plenty of time. As soon as he gathered it, he made a really good throw to first. And that will be now 8 straight Phillies retired by Cabrera. They both pick on... Damn, bro. That's tough. That's tough, man. If the Phillies win the division, there's your answer back. Just saying. First pitch to Turner is inside for a ball. So Trey is 1 for 1 on the day. The 1-0 pitch. Turner will foul that one behind home plate as he went to one knee. And he fouls it back. Ooh. I'm going to need to stretch after this. So I'm going to take a quick step off. The 1-1 pitch to Turner. That one is lined out to right field. It's going back to the warning track, to the wall, and it just hits off the top of the wall. Chisholm Jr. fields it towards the right field side. Turner's going into second base, and he's in there with a stand-up double. So that ends Cabrera's dominance that he's had against the last 8 batters for the Phillies, and finally Turner gets on. That ball almost got out of here. It was a pitch way up the middle. And Turner thought that maybe it was going to go out. That's why he was slowing up a little bit. And to be honest with you, it hit the top of the fence. And they won't review it to see if it was a home run because it doesn't qualify. It's just a double. And Schwarber comes up. 2 outs. And Schwarber with the first pitch he sees, it was a changeup, and he swings and misses at it. 92 miles per hour, and Schwarber thought he was going to get a fastball. Schwarber's 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. The 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. A changeup at 93 miles per hour that broke way too soon. So Turner's over at second base. He got on with a 2-out opposite field double. It's still scoreless in the bottom of the third inning. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 pitch to Schwarber. He takes it at the knees. A beautiful curveball that just stayed in the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield playing Schwarber to pull. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Cabrera winds up in the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to center field. Chisholm Jr. gets underneath it as he runs towards home plate and makes the catch for the 3rd out. No runs, 1 man left for the Phils, and we go to the top of the 4th inning. We're still scoreless at the bank. Wow. It was a high pitch, too, so he got underneath it. All right. Before I take a very quick step off, I'm going to take like a 20-second break just to stretch. But before I do that, I just wanted to remind you guys to be sure you like, be sure you subscribe, be sure to hit the notification bell icon if you enjoy my play-by-play commentary. And I will be right back in 25 seconds. All right, there we go. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Yep. exactly. I'm happy that you're keeping track of this because it says a lot. There we go. I just had a good stretch. That stretch was awesome. All right. And y'all are the best. I can't believe that we're really starting to grow this thing. I know I say it like every day, but like I'm just still like this amazed, and I don't know if I should be or not, but it's cool stuff. The Phillies, they lost 8-4 last night. They won 15-3 2 nights ago. So the series is split so far between them and the Marlins. Who takes the series today? As we go to the top of the fourth inning, we're still scoreless. Zack Wheeler going out there for his fourth inning of work. Jorge Soler leads things off for the Marlins. He had a double, which was the last hit recorded, and the only hit recorded, I should say, off of Zack Wheeler. It's a 1-1 count to Jorge Soler. He's been seeing the ball very well as of lately. The 1-1 pitch. It's taken outside and low. It was a slider that was way off the plate. We're in the top of the fourth inning. The 2-1 pitch to Soler. It is outside a fastball at 98 miles per hour, and that's the first 3-ball count that Wheeler has had to deal with today. Arias waits on deck. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And Wheeler with the 3-1 pitch. A foul ball towards the third base side. Nice pitch by Wheeler to come after that with a fastball. And he wasn't hesitating. I wonder what he's going to throw here. Full count. And here's the payoff pitch by Wheeler. On the inside corner, called strike 3. 5 strikeouts on the day for Zack Wheeler, who is just in cruise control. Man, he's retired the last 9 batters that he's faced. There we go. Another backwards K by Wheeler. Here's Arias. Nobody on, 1 out in the top of the fourth, and Arias takes the first pitch way inside and high for a ball. How about that? Arias is batting .524 on the season. That has to lead the league. The 1-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner. It just caught a little bit of the plaque. A fastball at 96 miles per hour. Look at those cool drinks that those hits have out there. The 1-1 pitch. That's flied out to left center field. And it's going to drop in for a base hit. It hits off of the W.B. Mason side. Marshfield's on a hop, throws over to Turner. And now Arias gets in with a double. 1 out. And Arias is standing over at second base. He hit it in a perfect spot, and, well, he hit a curveball that was out to left center field, and Arias got some good barrel on it. How about this? A spam caller calling me during my cast. Oh, my gosh. That's funny. Here is De La Cruz. First pitch he sees, it is taken down low for a ball. 1 out. Arias is over at second base. Can't get him out. I know. He's a hitting machine. Arias does take a lead off at second. De La Cruz in front of the count 1-0. And the pitch by Wheeler. Swing and a miss on a 97 high cheese fastball. And Wheeler, with only 49 pitches on the afternoon, is ready to throw his 50th one here. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. It was outside and low, and the home plate umpire said that he went around. So James Hoy didn't even appeal it over at first base. And it's a 1-2 count. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the next pitch, outside and low. One with a slider that was nowhere near the strike zone. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're still scoreless as we're in the top of the 4th inning. De La Cruz 0 for 1 on the day. And waiting on deck is Yuli Gurriel. The 2-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Way up high and inside. 95 on the gun by Wheeler. That's the second 3-ball count he's gotten into. Both of them coming in this inning. At the Astros beating the Pirates today 7-0. Pirates had a big walk-off hit last night. Payoff pitch. There's a fly ball into right field. It drops in front of Castellanos for a base hit, and with a rise of speed, he's going to come in to score. The throw to home plate is not in time, and, well, De La Cruz gets a double out of it, and Arias, as he was coming into home plate, he started to grab his finger, so hopefully he's okay. But nonetheless, it's a 1-0 game, and the Marlins take the lead first. Arias is hobbling a little bit. Let's see here. He was diving into home plate, and he just got the cleat of JT Realmuto. It was his left cleat. Obviously, the ball wasn't in his hands or anything, but there's an RBI double by De La Cruz, and the Marlins take a 1-0 lead. Yuli Gurriel will take the first pitch just outside for a ball. So Gurriel grounded out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Phillies trail 1-0 now on the RBI double by De La Cruz. Next pitch, that's grounded over to third base. Bohm fields on the hop and throws over to first in plenty of time for the second out. Man, Arias was coming into home plate, and he just jammed his hand like right underneath JT's left cleat. And JT didn't even notice. Whew. Wow. So a 1-0 lead by the Marlins. There's 2 outs. De La Cruz over at second base. I know. Is there any teams in the MLB that you can't stand? I'll get to that during the break. First pitch to Segura. It's on the inside corner for a strike. It was a slider that was on the inside corner. De La Cruz stands at second. It's a 1-0 lead for the Fish. And the 0-1 pitch, that is swung on and missed. A sinker at 97 miles per hour that was right at the knees. Segura flew out in the second inning. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. The Mets did win today. They beat the Padres 5-2 after losing last night. There's a team that I can't stand. The Mets. Just as a fan. The 0-2 pitch to Segura. That one is popped foul behind home plate, and it goes into the stands. Oof. Eight seconds left on the pitch clock. A 1-0 lead by the Marlins. The 0-2 pitch to Segura. It's popped up into shallow right field. This is going to be a tough play, but Castellanos says he has it, makes about 4 steps or so, and makes the catch for the third and final out. But the damage is done on the RBI base hit by De La Cruz as Arias came in to score. Don't know if he's going to still be out there, but we'll have to see as we come back, and the Phillies trail 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. So Segura flew out to right field. Single and fielder's choice. Did they rule it as an RBI single? Is that what it was? Let's see. Let's go to the play-by-play here. Yeah, De La Cruz singled. You're right. But he did go to second base. He advanced to it. I always forget that that's not a double because that's technically scored as a single. And then Gurriel grounded out to third. That wasn't a fielder's choice. That was just a routine ground out. But yeah, you're right. It was an RBI single by De La Cruz, and he went into second base. If you guys are new to my channel, if you guys enjoy my content, if you guys like me, if you feel my energy, if you feel my passion, Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I upload, man. Having a fun time. Hopefully, we can get to 200 today. That'd be really cool. Be able to hit 200. I see we just got one. I saw that we just got one. Shout yourself out as we're on the road to 200. So, shout yourself out if you would like, obviously. I think we just lost 2 subscribers since last night, which was kind of funny to me. Or YouTube just didn't recognize it or something. I don't know. But yeah, be sure to shout yourself out if you'd like to, obviously. You don't have to. But if you just subscribe to my channel, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. We're a family on here. We not only do Phillies games, but we do Sixers games as well. We also do Patriots games, and we do some Flyers podcasts. But I do come on here and I do play-by-play for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Patriots. Next year, we'll do some Flyers. Okay, bottom of the 4th we go. Hopefully this will not be as bad as last night. I hope so, man. Nicky C is coming up for the Phils. 4, 5, and 6. Castellanos, Realmuto, and Marsh. Castellanos struck out in the first. Cabrera still out there on the bump, going out there for his 4th inning of work. And the first pitch is delivered over the heart of the plate for a strike to Castellanos. The 0-1 pitch by Cabrera. A ground ball right down the line, and it goes into left field. It gets past the third baseman. Castellanos is going into second base, and he'll easily be there. And I wonder if he's going to go to third. Nope, he's just going to hold his horses there. I mean, that ball it was just stuck in that corner. So I thought that Castellanos maybe would have thought about going over to third base, but good job by him not to even take a chance on it. Nice job by Nicky C. And now we have a runner in scoring position. We got to get him home, though. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. The Phillies trail 1-0. And here's JT Realmuto. And the first pitch, it is fouled right off of the left foot of JT. It was a 97-mile-per-hour fastball over the middle of the plate. Castellanos takes a lead off at second base. He just doubled down the third base line. The 0-1 pitch to Realmuto. It is taken on the inside corner. A beautiful curveball by Cabrera. That was just a form of art right there. Incredible. Cabrera looks back at second base. The 0-2 pitch to JT. He lays it off. As it was a curveball at 85 miles per hour. It had a lot of movement, but JT said no thank you. There's Bryce Harper on the bench. The 1-2 pitch to JT. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout on the day for Cabrera. And that's the 2nd time that he struck out JT. So there's 1 out in the bottom of the 4th now. 50 pitches on the afternoon for Cabrera. He hasn't really struck out a lot of batters to start the season off. He gave up 12 walks and only had 5 strikeouts. Here, that'll bring up Brandon Marsh. And Marsh, the first pitch he sees, well, he takes it down low, according to the home plate umpire. So he grounded out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Castellanos takes a lead at second base. The 1-0 pitch, check swing, and it was a strike anyways, a changeup that was 92 miles per hour at the knees. 1 out and a runner on at second base. Cabrera with 52 pitches on the afternoon so far. And Marsh with the 1-1 pitch. He'll take that one up high and outside. A 98-mile-per-hour fastball. That was nowhere near the strike zone. It's 2-1. Jess, what's going on? Yeah, Brett, thanks so much for coming back on, man. I appreciate it. I still believe, too. The 2-1 pitch. There's a grounder into right field for a base hit. It just got through the hole. Castellanos rounding third. He will score. An RBI single by Brandon Marsh, and we tie the game up at 1 apiece. In the bottom of the 4th inning. A clutch base hit by Brandon Marsh. He has come through during a lot of times. That was a hanging breaking ball that Brandon Marsh got right into his wheelhouse and took it for a little ride as it went into right field. Let's go, baby. RBI single, and that ties the game up 1-1. Alec Boehm, let's see if he can join in for the party. The throw back to first base to try to get Marsh is not in time. Cabrera certainly fooled me. So I thought he was just going to throw the pitch to Boehm, but I did not anticipate that coming. It's a 1-1 score. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. The first pitch to Boehm. Boehm grounds that one over to third base. This could be a double play. The throw to second, there's one. The throw back to first is in time. A 5-4-3 double play by Alec Boehm, but the Phillies do tie the game on an RBI single by Brandon Marsh. It's a 1-1 score as we go to the top of the fifth inning. Five, four, three, DP. Damn, that was tough. Ugh, yay. But that's okay. We got the first run home. That was the important part. Would I have liked Boehm to get on? Sure. He's not going to do perfect every at-bat, but that would have been nice to see. All right. 5:04. So we've been on here for about an hour. Game started at 4:05, so it's been less than an hour on the game clock. How many people we got on here now? 22. If you guys are new to my channel, if you're one of the new 22 people that's on here on YouTube, if you're just tuning in on Facebook Live, make sure that you make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're on Facebook Live, you can also head on over to my YouTube channel, or if you're on Twitch or Twitter, you could do that too, but make sure that you give me a follow, and make sure that you also give me some feedback down below. As always, feedback is always appreciated. If there's some things that you guys don't like about these casts, I always like feedback. Or if there's things that you love, give me feedback. Sorry for being a noob, but I'll do those numbers before a double play mean. Okay, so, all right. So this is the rule of thumb. All right. So 1 is the pitcher. 2 is the catcher. 3 is first base. Okay, 4 is second base. It's just the 9-men position. 4 second base. 5 is third. 6 is shortstop. 7 is left field. 8 is center field. And 9 is right field. So Cody Clemens fields a ground ball over to first base, and he made a nice underhanded throw towards Zack Wheeler, the pitcher, for the first out. So a 5-4-3 double play means that the ball was hit over to third. The third baseman threw it over to second base. Second baseman's number 4. And then 3 is the first baseman. Got you. I got you, man. No worries. I'm always happy to explain things. You know what I'm saying, man? We're new, so we're continuing to grow, and it's fine with me. I always love it when new people come on here. All right, Jacob Stallings comes up. There's one out in the top of the fifth inning. So Sanchez just grounded out to first base on a nice diving stop by Clemens, and Clemens made an underhanded throw over to first base to Wheeler, and Wheeler won the race to the bag. The 1-0 pitch to Stallings, who's 0 for 1 on the day. He'll pop that one foul behind home plate, and it goes behind the net. Excuse me. Got you. First pitch got... Oh, wow. That may have hit the camera. There was a camera that was, like, on the backstop. So with the first pitch, it bounced, and it hit that green placement. There's a line drive out to right field, and it is just foul. Not by much. My goodness, something just popped off there. There's like a hidden camera that was like in the green spot, like right by the backstop. And so the first pitch to JT was the first pitch to Stallings was literally bounced and it just hit that backstop, and it hit the cover of like where that camera was, and now you see that there was a camera behind the freaking plate. I would have never noticed that. That's crazy. Stallings calls for time. That's like so bizarre. I wonder if they can fix that now. The 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball into right field, and it just hooks foul again. That's bizarre. That must have been like, planned or whatever. The 1-2 pitch. Laid off a slider that was at 86 miles per hour outside. And it's a 2-2 count. We're tied up at 1 apiece in the top of the 5th. The 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit up high and outside, and it's now a full count. John Birdie waits on deck. And we have some balls being delivered by the Phillies bat boy to the home plate umpire. The payoff pitch by Wheeler. Inside and high for ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Zack Wheeler on the day, as he gives up a 1-out walk in the top of the 5th. So in case you're wondering, De La Cruz had an RBI single back in the top of the 4th inning, and that put the Marlins up 1-0, and the Phillies ended up tying it back on an RBI single by Brandon Marsh in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up John Birdie, though, as we have a runner over at first with 1 out. Stallings got on with a walk. 15 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the first pitch to Birdie. It is grounded over to first base. This could be a big double play here to throw over the second. There's one bat to first, though. It does not get Birdie out. So it was a fielder's choice ground out, and Birdie beats out the throw. Clemens did everything he possibly could. He played it on a hop. He was right towards the bag. I thought in real time he did everything he could. He decided not to tag the bag, though. Maybe that was the thing. Yeah, he didn't tag the bag. He could have tagged the bag. And it probably could have been a 3-5 double play or a 3-4 double play. But there's 2 outs, and now Birdie's over at first base. Yeah, he could have tagged the bag. Now I see why they showed it a couple of times. For sure. Birdie's over at first. It's 1-1 in the top of the 5th. 2 outs to Jazz Chisholm Jr. And the first pitch is way up high and inside. A slider at 93 miles per hour that Chisholm just had to step out of the batter's box because it was just coming right towards him. Jazz today has struck out twice. Once looking and once swinging. And the next pitch, swing and a miss on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball on the higher third part of the plate, over the center. So the 2 strikeouts decreased Jazz's batting average to .239. He has a .286 OBP and a .435 slugging percentage. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul ball that goes right behind home plate again. It's a little bit hard for me to tell if he even hit that because my monitor got a little bit blurry for a sec. So I apologize. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Chisholm Jr. Wheeler throws back over to first base, and Birdie stays put. There's John Jay, the first base coach for the Miami Marlins. Spent some time with the Marlins organization themselves. Also played for the Padres and for the Cardinals. The 1-2 pitch to Chisholm Jr. It's outside for a ball to throw over to second base to try to get Birdie. Is not even held on to by Bryson Stott. Or Trey Turner, I should say. And I think he would have been out if he would have swiped the tag on him. JT was in a good position to throw the baseball there, and yeah, he probably would have been out. The throw wasn't the best, but it was still a cannon of a throw. But now we have a runner in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch. It is laid off, and man, that was taken down low. A curveball at 83 miles per hour. So Birdie is over at second base. Grounded into a fielder's choice. And the 3-2 pitch to Chisholm Jr. It's outside and high for ball 4. So now we have some traffic on the base paths. And Chisholm Jr. gets on with a walk, and have to kind of wonder if maybe somebody's going to be warming up in the bullpen right now. Because 2 walks in the inning is not necessarily a good sign. JT goes out there to talk to Zack Wheeler, and Trey Turner is there as he's a part of the huddle too. Jorge Soler comes up. He will be the 5th batter to come up for the Marlins in this inning. He doubled back in the first and struck out looking in the 4th. Come on, Phils. In case you guys are new to my channel, and if you like the Phillies as much as I do, or if you like the Sixers as much as I do, or the Flyers as much as I do, or the Patriots as much as I do, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, man. We're working our way up to 200. We have been going at it for 4 months, and it's almost going to be 5. So we do play-by-play. We do podcasts as well. And, yeah. Jorge Soler comes up. And the first pitch, he takes it right inside for a ball. Oof, had a bad neck crack there. Birdie over at second. Chisholm Jr. over at first base. The 1-0 pitch. It's way up high for ball 2, and now Wheeler's starting to lose a little bit of his control. That's not a good sign. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Wheeler looks back at second base in the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside corner. He came back with a high heater. Those are the types of pitches he has to throw here. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Wheeler winds up in the 2-1 delivery. It is just a little bit outside for a ball. There's Aaron Nola. He's sitting in the dugout. Went 5 2/3 in yesterday's game. Did not have the best start. And ended up getting the loss. 3 balls, 1 strike in the 3-1 pitch. It's on the inside corner right at the knees. A slider that just got the chalk of the strike zone. Maybe not according to StatCast, though. But nonetheless, the payoff pitch by Wheeler. It's outside for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. So 3 walks have been issued by Wheeler in this inning. And, well, the bad news is Luis Arias, who's been hitting the ball very well lately, is coming up to bat. But the good news is that there's 2 outs. Caleb Cotham comes out there, and he will try to settle his pitcher down. Mr. Softy's here. Hold up, I'll be right back, guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I can't do that. I just thought that was funny. All right, so Caleb Cotham's out there to talk to his pitcher. So Wheeler has just allowed his first 3 walks in this inning, and that's how the bases are loaded. I mean, really, Stallings was out on a fielder's choice, ground out by John Birdie. Birdie's over at third base. Chisholm is at second base. Soler's at first. Sir Anthony Dominguez is warming up in the bullpen for the Phils. But the bases are loaded for the Marlins. 2 outs in the top of the 5th, and everybody is going to go back to their spots. That's a good question. I hope he comes back soon. I didn't hear anything on Twitter or anything about Ranger. Luis Arias comes up. He's been a hitting machine lately. The first pitch, he takes it outside and high for a ball. Arias has one career grand slam. He has a .407 batting average with the bases loaded. All numbers not pointing towards positive signs for the Phillies. The 1-0 pitch. Up high again for ball 2. A slider at 92 miles per hour. And it missed the strike zone. Soler at first, Chisholm Jr. at second, and Birdie at third base. It's a 1-1 ball game. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 5th for the Marlins. The 2-0 pitch by Wheeler. There's a high fly ball out to right center field. Marsh says he has it, takes a couple steps towards the warning track, and makes the catch for the third and final out. So they finally just retired Luis Arias, and, well, the Marlins leave the bases loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wow. That was huge. Good catch by Marsh as well. Wow. That was big. All right, he got out of it. Now, if you're Rob Thompson, do you put Zack Wheeler back in there? I have to ask you. Do you put him back in there? Even if the Phillies give him like 4 runs, let's just say. Do you still go with him? Let me know down below what your thoughts are. We're at 198. That's cool. What was I going to say? If you're one of the 23 people that are watching this, and if you haven't subscribed already on YouTube, what are you waiting for? I do Phillies content all the time. We do play-by-play for the Phillies. We do it for the Sixers. Do it for the Patriots. And if you enjoy that, if you want somebody that's going to be consistent and comes on here a lot to do Phillies games and Sixers games, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, man. What you waiting for? Another starter won't make the 6th inning. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think he's going to go back out there for a 6th inning of work if the Phillies end up giving him some run support? If they don't, I'd say no. I saw Sir Anthony warming up in the bullpen, but if they do you put him back out there? Ooh. My goodness. Jake Cave comes up for the Phillies to lead off the bottom of the 5th, and Cabrera still out there on the bump for the Marlins. Going back out there for his 5th inning of work. I agree with you. The 1-0 pitch to Cave. It's on the outside corner, called strike. A curveball at 82 miles per hour. Just got a piece of the chalk of the strike zone. The 1-1 pitch. Up high and way outside for ball 2. Cave grounded out to second base back in the bottom of the 2nd inning it was. So it's a 2-1 count to Cave, and the 2-1 pitch. That one is lined out to left field. This has a chance, and going over towards the foul line in foul territory to just make the catch is Brian De La Cruz. That ball was flying out there, and De La Cruz just played it perfectly. Made the catch right towards the line. He was also pretty deep, too. All he had to do was just run over to his right side, and he made the catch. There's out number 1. Wheeler is fading fast, yeah. Tomorrow was Falter, right? Yeah, I think so. I like Billy Falter. I think him and Strom have been the Phillies' best pitchers this season. 1 ball, no strikes to Clemens, and the second pitch is a slider that was taken right over the center of the plate. It's a 1-1 count. Clemens still looking for his first hit in a Phillies uniform. The 1-1 pitch. It's taken on the outside corner, a 95-mile-per-hour fastball at the knees for a strike. Clemens does call for time as he tries to adjust his batting gloves. He's wearing blue batting gloves today. Phillies not in their pinstripe uniforms. They're in their as that pitch is fouled off to the first base side. They're in their white and red uniforms. But they have their blue batting helmets too. It's pretty nice. The 1-2 pitch, outside and low for a ball. Curveball that had a lot of movement, but it was a wicked curveball. The 2-2 pitch. A ground ball into right field for a base hit, and Clemens has his first base hit in a Phillies uniform. And he gets on with a 1-out single. Nice piece of hitting by Clemens as he just got it through the hole. And Bryson Stott comes up for the Phils. It was a fastball down the middle, and he was able to make a good hit out in right field. I agree, man. I agree. Here's Bryson Stott, and Stott will foul the first pitch off to the left field side. 98 miles per hour on the gun. Stott singled and stole a base to lead off the game in the first. And he's 1 for 2 on the day. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Cabrera with the 0-1 pitch. Inside for ball 1. 97 miles per hour. So the heat is still continuing to show from Cabrera. The 1-1 pitch to Stott. He swings and misses at the curveball that was in the dirt. Clemens is at first base. We're tied up at 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Edward Cabrera on the bump for the Marlins. He's pitched in 4 1/3 of an inning so far. The 1-2 pitch to Stott. It is a little bit up high for a ball. A 97 mile per hour fastball. Good pitch. Good attempt, but could not execute. It's seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And now the windup starts, the 2-2 pitch. It's laid off by Stott. The ball gets away from Stallings and was not far enough for Clemens to even go over to second base. Didn't even sniff at it. Three balls, 2 strikes to Bryson Stott. And Cabrera was taking all his time on the mound. Cabrera. 5 seconds left, and the 3-2 pitch. There's a swing out to right field, and that's going to go all the way towards the Herr sign. It takes a wild bounce. The right fielder can't even field it properly. The throw over to third base is not in time. It's an RBI double by Bryson Stott. He was rounding second base, and he stopped over at second, but how about that? A curveball that was over the middle of the plate, and it ricocheted off of the Herr's wall. Sanchez didn't know where it was going to land, and that was poor planning on his part. But great base running by Clemens to score all the way from first base. And the Phillies have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitching coach, Mel Stottlemyre, will go out there to talk things over with Cabrera and Stallings to try to get on the same page, but the Phillies are up 2-1 on an RBI double by Bryson Stott, the hottest hitter in the pinstripes. Trey Turner comes up. He's 2 for 2. He's the hottest hitter on the day. He has singled and doubled. Stott is over at second base. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Cabrera doesn't even wind up yet. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Now he does. The first pitch is way inside for a ball. It was a changeup at 91 miles per hour. And time is called again. And Turner didn't call for time, but there was a ball that was just hanging around there, or a piece of debris or something, and the bat boy for the Phillies just went back to the dugout and picked it up. Stott is at second base. He got on with an RBI double, which would score Clemens. The 1-0 pitch to Turner. He takes it a curveball that lands right at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike. Again, in case you're new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If the Phillies can score a run here, well, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you believe the Phillies can score here, trying to get to 200. The 1-1 pitch. It's taken in the dirt. It was a changeup at 92 miles per hour. And Turner is ahead in the count, 2-1. That's a nice Trey Turner jersey by that fan out in left field. That's a good view. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball that landed right in the dirt. And it certainly fooled Trey Turner. Cabrera is why we have the pitch clock. Exactly. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock again. The 2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. A curveball that Turner decided to lay off that time. The one prior to that was a little bit more inside. This one was a little bit more outside. Schwarber waits on deck. It's a full count to Trey Turner. Stott is over at second base. The Phillies lead 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. 1 out. And the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to shortstop. The throw over to first base is just in time. Turner was out by half a step, and give a lot of credit to John Birdie, who had to field that on a hop and went over to his left side and just got Turner out. Yep, he was out by less than half a step. So nobody goes over to third base. Stott stays put at second, and now there's 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Kyle Schwarber comes up for the Titans. Schwarber is 0 for 2 on the day. He's due. And the first pitch is just off the plate, according to the home plate umpire. Phillies up 2-1. Every time the Marlins have put up something, the Phillies have responded. And they've taken the lead. The 1-0 pitch to Schwarber. It's in the dirt for a ball. I do think that the Phillies can go all the way, Caleb, for sure. Everybody just has to be healthy. And, yeah, they have the team to do it. 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch to Schwarber. He lays off the curveball that was inside. They try to appeal over at third base, and well, there was no swing at all whatsoever. 3-0 to Kyle Schwarber. Castellanos waits on deck. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 3-0 pitch. It's taken down low and inside for ball 4. So Schwarber gets on for the first time. He'll go over to first base. Stott will stay put at second. And the 6th batter to come up in this inning, Nick Castellanos, will make his way to the batter's box. Oh, boy. Nice. I'm happy that we took the lead. Can Castellanos come through? He doubled in his last at-bat, and now we have another timeout on the mound here. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. I got a signed ball by Nick. Did you? That's cool. That's really cool. Hey, I think that the curse is over. You know what I'm saying? Like he still was at the Pink House, but like Ben Simmons was here last year, and so the fact that season is done and it's a new season, we're good. We're good again because Castellanos is doing well. So it's not cursed anymore. The curse has been lifted off of that house because he shared that house with Ben Simmons. He didn't share it, but after Ben Simmons was traded, he got it. Castellanos comes into the batter's box. The first pitch, he will ground that one over to shortstop. The underhanded throw, the second is in plenty of time for out number 3. But the Phillies do add on a run thanks to an RBI double by Bryson Stott, and they now lead 2-1 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. So that was a 6-4 fielder's choice. Yes, the curse was lifted. I'm telling you. telling you, that house was cursed. I don't know what it was about it. But you know what's not cursed? This channel. This YouTube channel is not cursed whatsoever. That's why, because it's not cursed and because the Phillies are winning, you should subscribe to my channel, man. If you guys are on here and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for, man? We've been going at this for 4 months. We've been doing a whole lot of Phillies content as of lately because the season started. We've been doing a lot of Sixers content for basketball. We call Sixers games, Phillies games, Patriots games. We also do Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, and Patriots podcasts. Trying to make our way to the 200 mark. I think we can do it. Who was the last Phillies switch hitter? They had a lot. They had a lot of switch hitters. What are you saying? Like last season? Oh, what they had? I'm trying to think now. Why is that hard for me to think? Cesar Hernandez was a switch hitter, right? Wasn't it Nick Maton? Isn't Nick Maton a switch hitter? I can't think right now. Don't see them anymore. Yeah, I mean Cesar Hernandez. I remember he was one. I mean, there was a time where the Phillies had a lot of them, but now they. Yeah, Stubbs is not a switch hitter catcher. Damn, you stumped me on that. 199. One more subscriber till we reach 200. And also, if you subscribe, shout yourself out because that's what we do on here, man. But if you don't want to shout yourself out, don't feel pressured to do so. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but I really do appreciate your loyalty and your kindness. I'll have to answer that question though after the break. O'Duple? No, he was lefty. De La Cruz comes in to take the first pitch for a ball, so Zack Wheeler goes back out there. I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised. He does have a 1-run cushion, though. And the 1-0 pitch. It's down low and outside for ball 2. We did it. We reached the century. Not the century mark. The 2-century mark. Wow. 200. That's sick, man. Again, shout yourself out if you just subscribed. If you want to, give yourself a shout out. Because I don't get the notifications on my phone for some reason. I get some of them, but not all of them. It's 3 balls and no strikes to De La Cruz. And the next pitch is taken at the knees for a called strike. Scott is warming up in the bullpen. Tanner Scott, that is, the left-handed pitcher. And the 3-1 pitch to De La Cruz. He swings and foul tips that one into the glove for strike 2. 95 miles per hour. So what was a 3-0 count is now a 3-2 count. Just subbed for... Oh, thank you. Thank you, ADG. Can I just call you ADG? Or do you want me to call you DJ? Or ADG DJ? That's a tongue twister. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, my goodness. Zack Wheeler came back. It was a 3-0 count. And that's the 6th strikeout on the day. Good job by Wheeler to throw a 97-mile-per-hour heater right by De La Cruz. That is cool, man. That was a great pitch. Jose Alvarado warming up in the bullpen now for the Phils. And the first pitch to Yuli Gurriel is a slider that's inside. 500 next. Yeah, man, that'd be so sick. 200, man, that is a milestone. Thank you. There's a high fly ball out to center field. Marsh backtracks himself, and he makes the catch for the second out. Ooh, that one took a little bit of a ride, and it was over the middle of the plate, but thankfully Gurriel mistimed it. That could have been trouble. 200, man, congrats. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Y'all are the best. Segura is 0 for 2 on the day. He is flied out twice. There's nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. The Phillies lead 2-1. Segura will take the first pitch a little bit inside for a ball. 95 miles per hour on the radar gun. Thompson needs a quick hook for this inning if necessary. If any runner gets on, I think you got to pull the plug. The 1-0 pitch on the inside corner on the upper third part of the plate for a called strike. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Wheeler not winding up yet. 4 seconds left, and now he does. The 1-1 pitch. It is up high and inside for a ball. Man, Wheeler was playing with fire there. It's like the shot clock, you know? Always have to be sure to mention that. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Again, the 2-1 pitch. A ground ball over to shortstop. It's a slow roller to Turner. Turner throws over to first and in time. Oh, my goodness. What a throw by Trey Turner. He got Gene Segura out by half a step. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Give Zack Wheeler a lot of credit because he threw a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies lead 2-1. What is my World Series prediction? My World Series prediction. First of all, before I get to that, in case you guys are new to my channel, as always, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. If you enjoy my Phillies content, if you love my energy, if you love my passion, if you just love Phillies baseball, if you love Sixers basketball, or if you love any of these things and you're a passionate baseball or basketball or football fan or hockey fan like I am, what was I going to say? Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. My World Series prediction. You know, no one has asked me that this year. The fan in me wants to say the Phillies. I just know that it's going to be tough. I'm going to say that the Astros are going to go back. I don't see the Yankees getting past them. I'm sorry. The Astros are just that good. I can't say anybody definitive for the National League, and that's not just because I'm a Phillies fan. It's just because that the Phillies have made me realize that if you're a hot team, you can get in. And while, yes, now you can make the case for the Tampa Bay Rays because they're the hot team, the question is, the Houston Astros are just a dominant team. And because they've proven it time and time and time and time again, they're a dynasty. So I can't count them out. So I got to give Houston a lot of credit. I think it's going to be either Houston against the Mets. It's either going to be three of these things. It's going to be Houston against the Mets. It'll be Houston against the Phillies. We'll put them in there. Or it's going to be Houston against the Dodgers. The Padres, not the Dodgers. Any of those three teams. Right there. All I need left is Bohm to get a hit. Jacob, man, thanks for coming on here, man. And you hit your parlay. Well, let's hope he does that. JT Realmuto comes up. Bohm will actually be batting in this inning here. The first pitch is inside and high for a ball. So Tanner Scott comes in relief. A 9.82 ERA for him so far this season in 3 2/3 of an inning. And Edward Cabrera is done. The 1-0 pitch. It's taken inside by JT for another ball. So Cabrera's day is done as he goes 5 innings. He allows 2 earned runs. He also had 6 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts. Beg your pardon. The 2-0 pitch. It's taken at the knees for a called strike. So Tanner Scott, have to pencil that in. The 2-1 pitch. And JT grounds that one back up the middle. It's played on the hop by Birdie. The throw over to first is just in time to get JT out. And there's one away in the bottom of the 6th inning. As JT grounds into a 6-3 putout. Favorite player of all time or just right now? Yes, sir. Just cash 6th inning. That's cool, man. ADG, happy for you, bro. My favorite player right now or all time? Ryan Howard, baseball-wise, is all time. Brandon Marsh takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. So nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sorry, I had a brain freeze for a second. Scott will wind up. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock on the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Marsh had an RBI single in his last at-bat to give the Phillies was to tie the game. Beg your pardon. So that made it a 1-1 game, and then Bryson Stott got on with an RBI double. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh. The Phillies have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Scott winds up in the 0-2 pitch. On the outside corner, right at the knees for a called strike 3. An 89-mile-per-hour slider that Brandon Marsh thought was going to drip a little bit lower, and he got rung up on that pitch. And here comes Alec Bohm. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bohm grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in his last at-bat, which was back in the 4th inning, and then in the previous one before that, he grounded out over the third base. The first pitch to Bohm. It's taken way up high for a ball. Bohm batting .326 on the season. He had 6 RBI in the first game of the series, which tied his career high, or his game high. The 1-0 pitch. It's taken in the dirt and inside for ball 2. Josh Harrison will step into the hole for Brandon Marsh if he has to come up. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-0 pitch. Man, they just cut it off in time as it was a strike on the outside corner. 89 miles per hour on the slider. Jake Cave waits on deck. Two seconds left now on the pitch clock. And the 2-1 pitch. That one is lifted out to right center field. And Sanchez gets underneath it as he tries to battle with the sun and makes the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Phils. They still lead it 2-1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning, though, against the Miami Marlins. My gosh, I got to slow down. I think I'm starting to. There have been some times like where I've noticed, and it's not just for baseball, it's for basketball too, like where I like speed up my words, and therefore like my thoughts can't catch up to my words, and I kind of, I have to figure out how to control that better. But that just comes with practice. That comes with reps. It comes with time. So, yeah. So my favorite Phillies player of all time is Ryan Howard. My favorite athlete for baseball of all time, even though I didn't watch him, Bo Jackson. Super Bo. I just love his whole story. I think that he was so good for baseball and for football. Seriously. He was an athlete. I wish I could, snap my bat in half. I wish I could climb up walls and make catches that are acrobatic and make these throws to home plate that would come from 300 feet. That is pretty freaking awesome. Oof, a jaw crack. Ugh, that was much needed. In case you guys are new to my channel, as always, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I'm a broadcaster. I've been calling games for the Wilmington Blue Rocks. I called games for them for 2 years. I graduated from Rowan last year. Also called games for the Delaware Blue Coats, who were the the NBA G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers. And I've had some really cool experiences, but, I graduated from Rowan last year and have just been wanting to get reps, and I figured that this is just the best way to do it, just to come on here and, be able to call games for you guys, for those of you that can't tune in, and also not even just that, but also to just build a relationship with you guys because we're all a part of this. We're all a family, We're all rooting for something. That's why you subscribe to my channel, because we have a lot in common if you do that. Garrett Hampson comes up, and we'll start off the top of the 7th inning. So happy we just reached 200. That's awesome. All right. Jose Alvarado comes in for the Phillies. Forgot to mention that. That's a pretty big piece of information. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Garrett Hampson, as he will be pinch hitting for Jesus Sanchez. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. So Zack Wheeler's day is done. He is in line to get the win, He had a clean 6th inning. He got out of a bases-loaded jam in the 5th. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 pitch. It is way inside for a ball. Yeah, nasty Alvarado. Exactly. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hampson, the former Colorado Rocky. And the next pitch is way up high. It was a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. And just slipped out of his hand. Garrett Hampson is pinch hitting. So that means he'll probably play right field. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 3-1 pitch by Alvarado. It is just over the middle of the plate. A 99-mile-per-hour sinking fastball. And it makes it a full count. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 3-2 pitch to Hampson. Swing and a miss. So a 100-mile-per-hour fastball that was well below the strike zone. And Alvarado gets himself a K. Hampson went fishing after that thing. It was not even close to the strike zone whatsoever. My goodness. I want to talk about high heat. That is what Jose Alvarado throws. Jacob Stallings now comes up. And the first pitch he sees is a 100-mile-per-hour fastball that was right above the chest. Or the belly area. You didn't because you know why? This isn't live. Like, we're not actually at the game, so you can't necessarily call it. The 1-0 pitch, a 101-mile-per-hour fastball right at the knees for a strike on the inside corner. My goodness. He framed it perfectly, the 1-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball out to left field, and it's going to split the gap, and Jake Cave is going to be able to get over to it, but it's a 1-out double by Jacob Stallings. That is the second time that he's gotten on today. That time it was a 94-mile-per-hour slider that was just left over the middle of the plate. It missed its spot, and Jake Cave just got over there to hit the W.B. Mason sign after a bounce. So we have a runner over at second base. That's the tying run. The Phillies lead 2-1. John Birdie steps into the batter's box as he is 0 for 2 on the day. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock on the first pitch. Birdie swings and foul tips it into the glove. A 95-mile-per-hour cutter by Alvarado. Birdie has struck out, grounded into a fielder's choice, and also stole a base. Stallings at second base. The 0-1 pitch to Birdie. He fouls it off. A 100-mile-per-hour fastball over the middle of the plate. And it's an 0-2 count now. Oof. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Alvarado gets the signs from JT. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch. There's a line drive over to second base. Stott fields it on the hop. Throws over to first in time for out number 2. Good job by the Phillies defensive coordinator just to be able to align the defense properly, because if they didn't do that, that would have been a base hit up the middle. Ball was hit pretty hard as well. And Stott did a good job at just taking his time, recognizing that it was going to be a ground ball, and there's 2 outs. So Birdie is retired for the 3rd time today. Jazz Chisholm Jr. takes the first pitch right at the knees for a called strike over the center of the plate. Center of the strike zone. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch, a 93-mile-per-hour cutter that absolutely fooled Chisholm Jr. It would have been a strike anyways on the lower third of the outside corner. Andrew Nardi is warming up in the bullpen for the Marlins. And Chisholm Jr., JT calls for time here. And Alvarado is going to get set once again. No balls, 2 strikes. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a 94-mile-per-hour cutter. And Jose Alvarado celebrates on the mound, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Man, that thing just dipped right out of the zone, and Chisholm Jr. just swung on and missed and was fooled on that pitch. It is stretch time. You know what that means. I got to take a very quick step off, and I'm going to stretch really, really quickly. But before I do that, as always, if you love my content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon, too, so that way you know when I upload or when I go live. I'll be right back in 25 seconds, all right? Just hit the 200 mark today. I'm really happy about that. Love you guys so much. We'll be right back in 25 seconds. Okay, there we go. Marlins will win. You think so? I gotta tell you, I don't know if I like going to Jose Alvarado like in that inning. I guess I understand the philosophy because of all the lefties, but at the same time, I don't know. How many people we got on this chat here? We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Phillies do lead 2-1. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Got 18 people on here. Nice stuff, man. Good stuff. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you know when I upload. I hope I betted these MFs. You hope. You hope that the Marlins win. Oh, boy. That's funny. You have him in the 9th. Yeah. See, that's how I picture it too. But he's been their best pitcher by far out of the bullpen. Like he is. If there's any sort of like memorabilia, if you will, of last year's team, I think he's been like the only one that's been still dialed in. Edmundo Sosa comes up for the Phils to start things off in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's pinch hitting now for Jake Cave. Right? Or are we in? Yeah. Okay, I was right. The 1-0 pitch. It is taken just a little bit inside for a ball. We have a new pitcher. Andrew Nardi comes out there. And they'll be pitching for the Marlins. Get to his stats in just a second. The 2-0 pitch, up high and inside for ball 3. Eight, 9, and 1 coming up for the Phils here. Well, 8 is already up. The 3-0 pitch, it's on the inside corner called strike, and man, Nardi only had 1 second left on the pitch clock to just get that windup off. 3-1 pitch to Sosa. He swings and foul tips it into the glove for strike 2. 95 miles per hour on the inside corner. Josh Harrison waits on deck as he will be pinch hitting for Clemens. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the payoff pitch to Sosa. He grounds that one foul towards the third base side. And it just hit the third base dugout. It is so sunny out on this beautiful afternoon in Philadelphia. Somebody's waving hi to the cameraman and just recognized that he was on camera on the cast. That's cool. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. We had a timeout called by Sosa. Nardi winds up, and the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Sosa goes down swinging, and there's the first out. A high cheese fastball at 96 miles per hour. It was still in the strike zone, though. So, Sosa is the first out of the 7th inning. Phillies do lead it 2-1. But they could certainly use some insurance runs here. Josh Harrison comes up for the Fightins. And the first pitch he sees, it's on the inside corner. An 82-mile-per-hour slider called strike. Harrison has 3 pinch hit home runs this season. The 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. But his batting average as a pinch hitter has not been up to par. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-1 pitch by Nardi. Swing and a miss. 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Nardi gets the signs from Stallings. Finally likes what he sees. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. He has to get the windup started, and he finally does it. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There was 1 second left on the pitch clock, and Josh Harrison went down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts issued by Nardi, both on pinch hitters. And that'll bring up Bryson Stott. There's 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Bryson Stott comes up to the plate. He is the leadoff hitter in this afternoon's action. And he takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. 95 on the gun. Stott is 1 out of 5 MLB players with 9 multi-hit games in the first 12 games of a season since 2000. That's a fun fact. The 0-1 pitch. It's fouled off. It was bunted foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The Phillies lead 2-1. And the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. They say that he went around, and it was a high fastball. And just like that, Nardi comes in and retires the side. Strikes out the side, I should say. And we go to the top of the 8th inning, but the Phillies still lead 2-1. I don't even know who he is. I've honestly never seen him pitch before. Ugh. Had to let out a yawn there. But for those of you that are still staying tuned in, I appreciate it so much. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. When I'm looking at the camera, right? Am I looking at you because I want to try to make eye contact with you? You know? So let me know. Let me know if I'm looking into the camera right now. And if you see me. Well, you see me, but you see me looking at you. Kind of like, they call it, what do they call it? They call it breaking the fourth wall in theater. I come from a theater background, so that's actually how I got into broadcasting and got into, being a personality, I guess, if you will. All right, good. I'm looking at the camera. What is up, Playboy? All right, good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks. It means a lot. Good. Because sometimes I kind of want to get better at eye contact. You know, I know that sometimes my eyes drift away kind of like this. But I'd like to do a better job of making eye contact. Is the Marlins doing good right now or nah? I think it's a combination that the Phillies have missed opportunities, but I got to give the Marlins credit. Cabrera pitched really, really well. And, yeah. But at the same time, the Marlins had an opportunity with bases loaded, then they couldn't cash in. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Phillies up 2-1. Alvarado's still out there. He's going back out there for his 2nd inning of work. How about that? The first pitch was down low for a ball. The second pitch is just a little bit inside for another ball. Huh. Wonder when the last time Alvarado threw for 2 innings. Somebody could fact check that. I'd appreciate that. The 2-0 pitch to Soler. He gets the call that time. It was a 100-mile-per-hour fastball at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike. 7 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-1 pitch by Alvarado. There's a high fly ball out to left center field. It's going back to the warning track, to the wall, and it's gone. A solo home run by Jorge Soler. And it's now a 2-2 ball game. Fastball that was left right over the middle. And Soler ties it up. There's still nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Wow. That was a missile. Right down Broad Street. Soler knew the fastball was coming and bam. Within the blink of an eye, it's out of here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Arias throws a 100-mile-per-hour fastball that was outside and low for a ball. And now Luis Arias comes up. It's a 1-0 count. The next pitch is down low for a ball. Arias doubled in the 4th and scored a run. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock again, and the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out to right center field. Marsh says he has it, though, and he makes the running catch right at the warning track. Wow. And there is out number 1. Arias took that one for a ride, and Marsh turned over his left shoulder and made the catch. And now Rob Thompson says that he's seen enough. And he will go out there to make a pitching change. And, well, I'll be back in just a few moments. Sir Anthony Dominguez now comes in with nobody on. In the top of the 8th, it's a tie game thanks to a solo home run by Jorge Soler. You know, I almost said Jorge Posada. Damn. Do you think that Rob Thompson should have put Alvarado back out there for a second inning of work? Because, thank you. I'm saying that too. Why not bring in Sir Anthony to start off the inning? Yep. Do you guys disagree? Do you guys think that he still should have left Alvarado out there because he's their best relief pitcher? I just think that after 1 inning, you got to go to somebody else. I do. Alvarado threw 18 pitches last inning. Why not bring in Sir Anthony? Yeah, see, I agree. I agree with you. I'm just asking the question, though. You know, so if you guys have a response to that, let me know in the comments down below, man. Also, if you're new to my channel, hello. Hello. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ, and we do Phillies casts. We do for Play by Play. We do Sixers cast for Play by Play. We also do podcasts as well for the Sixers and the Phillies, and for the Patriots and for the Flyers. So, alrighty. Oh, we just lost a subscriber. That's funny. That is funny. Up now, we just got one. Jaden Hopkins. Jaden! Thank you! We lost one and we gained one. That's funny. That is funny. Jose messed that up for Wheeler. Yeah. It's better to let a reliever start a fresh inning than come out in the middle. See, I agree. I agree with you, LMFAO. Oh, we got another one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Here's De La Cruz, and he takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. Brian De La Cruz had an RBI single back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3 on the day. We're tied up at 2 apiece in the top of the 8th. 1 out, nobody on. The 0-2 pitch, it's grounded right back up the middle for a base hit. Nobody was there. It got right through the hole, and De La Cruz gets on with his second single on the day. It actually was a pretty good pitch, too. And that'll bring up Yuli Gurriel. So the good news is that we do have the double play ball intact. So Alvarado, his day is done. Spit out his gum there. Yuli Gurriel takes the first pitch in this at-bat for a called strike, 97 miles per hour. On the inside corner. So Dominguez with a 15.75 ERA. Don't let the numbers fool you, though, because while he has been struggling so far this season, He can light it up. The 0-1 pitch. It's grounded over to third base. It's a fair ball. The throw over to shortstop is not in time. It was a tough play by Sosa. Thankfully, he was able to keep his footing on the ground. It was a rocket that was hit over towards him, and he made the right decision to try to get the out at second base, but De La Cruz's speed was really fast. And it just stayed down that line. So an infield single, and that puts runners at first and second base here. Sir Anthony has been very shaky this year. Jess, hello. Hello, Jess. Thanks for coming on. That is Jess, right? Ron? That goes by Ron on here. You are Jess, right? Why do if I always call you Jess, I'm sorry. But I thought that you were Jess. Cause yeah, okay. 1 ball, no strikes to Gene Segura here. And the 1-0 pitch. There's a rocket out to right center field. Marsh goes back, though, and backpedals his way and makes the catch. And tagging up and going over to third base is De La Cruz on the play. So a line out to center field by Segura. And tagging up is De La Cruz as he went from second to third. It's 2-2. Oh, it's 2-2. There it is. Yep. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? All right. Runners at the corner. Sir Anthony Dominguez pitching for the Phils. Garrett Hampson comes up into the batter's box, and he takes the first pitch in this at-bat way outside for a ball. Hampson struck out in the 7th inning. It's a 2-2 game. Runners are at the corners. De La Cruz at third, and over at first is Gurriel. The 1-0 pitch. It's popped into the infield. And over at first base, Bohm says that he has it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. They left 2 runners on base, the Marlins. Runners at the corners, but the Phillies get out of it. And now Dylan Floro will be going back out there for another game for the Marlins as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Ooh, my goodness, man. The bullpen is going to stink it for us again. I hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. That would be sad. How many people we got on here, man? Jaden, thanks for subscribing. Also, if you're new to my channel and if you want to subscribe, we just hit the 200 mark. Now we have 30 people on here. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, man, if you love the Phillies as much as I do, if you are a passionate Sixers fan like I am, you know, we do Sixers games, we also do Phillies games, we do Patriots games as well. Be sure you like and be sure you subscribe, man. Like, what you waiting for? We're a family here. We're a community. Almost said a community for justice and all, but I was thinking of the Pledge of Allegiance for a random second. Oh, my goodness. Bottom of the 8th we go. Did the Phillies take the lead here? Or do they walk it off in the 9th inning? Or do they lose? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Let me stretch. And those Patriots, boo. I don't hate the Eagles. Okay, that's a whole nother story for later. I can't talk about it right now. 1.5. Oh, James, man, thanks for coming on here, dude. I appreciate that. And if you're on Twitch as well, you know, be sure you follow me on Twitch because we do stream on there too. We stream on Twitter and on Facebook Live as well. If you guys like my content, make sure you do that. All right. So Dylan Floro comes out there to pitch. You predict that Soto loses it for us. You think Gregory Soto's going to come in? I didn't see him warming up in the bullpen, but that obviously could change. It could change. I feel like the mic is a little bit closer to me now. Trey Turner comes up, and he'll be leading things off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Turner batting in the 2-hole tonight. Floro with the first pitch. It was taken outside for a ball. Trey is actually 2 for 4 lifetime against Floro, as the next pitch is outside and low for a ball, and that makes the count even at 1-1. Wanted to get up... There it is. The 1-1 pitch. It's grounded over to third base. Segura fields it on a hop and throws over to first in time for the first out of the inning. Segura made a really tough play as the ball almost hit the dirt, and he had to kind of recognize if he was going to field it on a hop or let it bounce one more time, and he luckily got over there for his sake in time. So Turner grounds out to third. And that'll bring up Kyle Schwarber now for the Phils. The first pitch to Schwarber. He takes it over the outside corner for a called strike. Schwarber's 0 for 1 in his career against Floro. He's also walked 3 times, though, against him. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 1. So it's a 1-1 count. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock here. 5 seconds left, and now he starts to wind up. The 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit outside and low for a ball. So it's a 2-1 count. Floro this season has gone 4 2/3 of an inning, has only allowed 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and he has 4 strikeouts. The 2-1 pitch. It's down below the knees. On a changeup that was 86 miles per hour. So it's a 2-2 game in the bottom of the 8th. Castellanos waits on deck. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Floro winds up with 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 3-1 pitch is fouled back towards the screen. So Zack Wheeler started things off for the Phillies today, and Edward Cabrera started things off for the Marlins. They both pitched pretty well decently. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a 92-mile-per-hour fastball that was on the upper third, part of the strike zone on the outside corner. And Schwarber goes down swinging for the first time today. He's 0 for 3, though. But he did walk back in the 5th. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. That'll lead things up to Nick Castellanos, who's 0 for 3 lifetime against Floro. The first pitch to Nick. It's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Excuse me. Gregory Soto is warming up in the bullpen, so your prediction might come true. The 0-1 pitch is outside and low. How about that? Victor Oman, thanks for coming on here, dude. 1 ball, 1 strike to Castellanos. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-1 pitch to Castellanos. He rips that one down the right field line, but it's foul. A.J. Pook is warming up in the bullpen for Miami. I always laugh at that name. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch, that's sliced foul towards the right field line. Damn, that's going to suck. I would hate being made fun of for that. The 1-2 pitch. High fly ball out to right field, and it just goes into foul territory. And it goes behind the net. Phillies' top of the order is 5 for 14. Yep. Wild. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock for Floro when the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a slider that was way out of the strike zone and low and outside. So we go to the top of the 9th. 1-2-3 go the Phillies, and it's still a 2-2 game. Marlins coming back up. All right, let me take a very quick step off. But before I do that, as always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you're new to my channel, if you love my play-by-play commentary, I'm going to take about 20 seconds off. I just like to stand up and stretch. I don't like the camera being pointed up towards me. So I will be right back in 20 seconds. Alrighty. Nice. Good stuff. Top of the ninth we go. Got 35 people on here. Wow, man. Sick. That's sick, man. Means we're doing something right. We go to the top of the ninth inning. Can the Phillies try to hold the Marlins here? Let me know your comments down below, because I'd like to hear what your thoughts are about that. As always, in case you're new to my channel, as always, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. This is a community. We don't just do play-by-play on here. We also interact with each other as well. And we've been going at this for about 4 months. It's coming back to be 5 months really soon. We just hit the 200 mark today, so just been grinding, just been working a whole lot, and doing as many Phillies, Sixers, and Patriots casts and some Flyers podcasts as much as possible. Here's Gregory Soto as we come into the ninth inning, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss to Garrett Cooper, who's going to pinch hit for the Marlins here. So Soto's numbers have not been the best whatsoever this season. Scratch that. Jacob Stallings, not Garrett Cooper. I'm sorry about that. Let's let Garrett Cooper for a second. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. That makes a lot of a difference. Stallings is 0 for 2 against Soto. Lifetime. There's a high fly ball out to center field. It's going back to the warning track, and thankfully Marsh had some room to make the catch. Wow. Soto almost gave up a home run there. And it just stayed in the yard. Wow. 1 out in the top of the ninth. So Stallings goes down swinging, or goes down by flying out. And he's retired for the first out. John Birdie comes up. 1 out in the ninth inning, and the first pitch to him is way up high and outside. A slider at 94 miles per hour. And that was close. 1-0 pitch. That's way outside and high for ball 2. A shaky start by Gregory Soto. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock here. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the ninth. It's a tie game, and that pitch was even higher than the previous one. And JT had to reach up and use all his wingspan to not even get up into a standing position to make that play. 3 balls, no strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock in the 3-0 pitch. It's right over the middle of the plate for a called strike. So it's a 3-1 count to John Birdie. On deck is Jazz Chisholm Jr. And the 3-1 pitch. Outside and high for ball 4. And Gregory Soto nodding his head. Not happy with himself. And there's a 1-out walk issued. As we're here in the top of the ninth inning. Soto this season has pitched in 4 1/3 of an inning. He's allowed 4 earned runs on 3 hits and 5 walks. He does have 6 strikeouts, though. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. It was a slider that was on the outside corner. Good pitch by Soto to come back and start off the at-bat against Jazz on a good note. 10 seconds on the pitch clock, and the 0-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss on another slider that was almost in the same spot. It was a little bit more over the plate, but not by much. No balls, 2 strikes to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Soler waits on deck as he tied the game up with a home run. And the 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. .15 seconds left on the pitch clock. Chisholm Jr. 0 for 3 on the day as he has struck out twice. Or three, yeah, twice. He's 0 for 3. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And he now goes down swinging for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 4. He did walk back in the 5th inning, but that was a big strikeout by Soto. All on sliders. And that makes it 2 outs now in the top of the 9th. Soler comes up. A runner over at first base. It's a tie ball game. The first pitch is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Soler's 1 for 4. He had an RBI double one time against Soto. So his lifetime 1 for 4 against him. He's gotten on base twice. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider that was low and away. Oof. No balls, 2 strikes. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. Fans standing on their feet at Citizens Bank Park. The 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball out to right field, and the hook's foul. And Birdie will have to go back over to first base. I hear you. I hear you, man. Come on. 12 seconds left on the pitch clock. A runner over at first. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. The 0-2 pitch on the outside corner. Called strike 3. And Soler goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts issued by Gregory Soto after he got off to a shaky start. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Phillies win it? That remains to be seen. And will they take the series? We'll be back for the bottom of the 9th in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. In case you're new to my channel, it sounds like I'm going to break because I'm still so used to calling games for my college radio station and just going to a break and playing a filler, like a Grant and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not. I'm doing it for you guys. And honestly, it's fun because while, yes, I could rest my voice a little bit, I love talking to you guys. You guys are cool. If you're new to my channel, as always, if you believe in the Phillies as well, that they will come back and win this game, make sure you make sure you subscribe. I see that we had at least 35 people on here. I don't know what it is right now. But if you love my content and if you love my energy and if you feel my passion and the vibes that I bring, make sure you make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I either A, go live for a Phillies, a Sixers, a Patriots, or a Flyers cast, or B, if I upload one of those things. Go Phillies! That's what I love to hear. But hey, we welcome Marlins fans. We welcome other people on here too. We do. We do. We're a very welcoming community. Mets fans, we welcome them too, even though deep down as a fan, I don't like the Mets. But, of course, we welcome everybody on here. Mets and Knicks fans, bro. Oof. All right, bottom of the 9th. It's tied up at 2-2. Again, I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to also do all that sort of stuff. If you like my content, if you like me for who I am, this is what I do. We've been going at it for 4 months, and we've been putting out a lot of work, and it would mean a lot to me if one of you 38 people that's on here would just subscribe. I know that we've had a lot of people that have been coming back on here, which is really, really cool. But yes, okay. The Marlins bullpen today has pitched in 3 innings. They haven't allowed a hit thus yet. And they have struck out 6 batters. So due up for the Phillies. Yes, yes, yes. It's JT and person I believe that's hitting for Marsh now because I don't think Marsh is out there. It's 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Phils. All right. So JT is coming up now for the Phillies to start off the bottom of the 9th as Pook is out there on the bump for the Marlins. Get you his stats in just a few seconds. First pitch to JT. It's on the inside corner for a called strike. A sweeper that just landed up on the inside corner of the zone. 6 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-1 pitch to Real Muto. It's taken in the dirt for a ball. It was a changeup at 83 miles per hour. A.J. Pook has went 3 innings this season, has 4 strikeouts, and has allowed 2 earned runs, including a home run. The 1-1 pitch to JT. Swing and a miss on a high cheese fastball. 95 miles per hour. The Phillies are tied up at 2-2 in the bottom of the 9th. JT is leading things off against A.J. Pook. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-2 pitch to JT. Swing and a miss. Oh, my goodness. He went down chasing after that high fastball at 96 miles per hour. And there's one away to start off the bottom of the 9th inning. Oof. My goodness. So Brandon Marsh will be coming up here. I was a little bit confused because if you remember, Josh Harrison was in the hole, and because he didn't have to come up in Brandon Marsh's spot, Marsh was still left out there. Marsh bunts at the first pitch, and it's just a little bit foul. So there's 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 9th. It's a tie ball game at 2 apiece. An RBI single by Marsh would put the Phillies ahead back in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that was the only hit he's had on the day. At that time, it was a 2-1 lead. The infield is playing him to pull. Segura's actually on the infield grass. Over at third base, though. The 0-1 pitch by Pook. It's outside and low for a ball. Also, if you subscribe to my channel, make sure that you give yourself a shout-out as well. If you want me to shout you out, because I don't get the notifications all the time. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 pitch is way inside for a ball. Ooh, Marsh had to just back out of the way of that one. It almost got him on the elbow. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brandon Marsh. Nobody on in the bottom of the 9th. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-1 pitch. It's a ground ball over to second base. It's fielded on a hop, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 2. Luis Arias just gobbled it up, threw it over to first base, and there is a ground out. They played him the pull, and it worked. And here comes Alec Bohm for the Phils. Bohm is 0 for 3 today, but has an opportunity to erase that. He grounded out. He also grounded into a double play and flew out. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock for the first pitch, and Bohm swings, and he tried to take a hack at the fastball, but he missed it by a mile. Up high and outside. Now it's an 0-1 count because he swings and misses at that pitch. The 0-1 pitch to Bohm. He lifts that one high and deep to right field, and it goes foul. It went right over towards the line, and it's a 1-2 count now. Whew. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Nobody on for the Phils. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 0-2 pitch to Bohm. He fouls it back and stays alive on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. On deck is Edmundo Sosa. Bohm is now playing over at first base. He started off the game at third. And here's the next pitch. Swinging a line drive into left field for a base hit. It just got past Birdie. And a 2-out single by Alec Bohm as he gets aboard. So the winning run is now over at first base. and Edmundo Sosa will come up. A good piece of hitting by Bohm as he took a fastball over the middle of the plate and made some solid contact with it. It just got out of reach from John Birdie. Edmundo Sosa, he struck out in the 7th inning as he came in to pinch hit for Jake Cave. 1 runner on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. The runner's over at first base, and Sosa will pop the first pitch up towards the infield. And Birdie says he has it, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So we go into extra innings. Bohm was stranded over at first, and we go to the top of the 10th. We're tied up at 2 apiece. Alrighty, so now I gotta put my score sheet into a. I gotta make a new score sheet. I figured that was gonna happen. I do. Alright, so give me 1 sec. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I actually, low-key, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. If you love my content, if you love my passion, if you love my energy, my play-by-play calls, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We do Phillies games, we do Sixers games, we do Flyers and Patriots content as well. Didn't get a chance to do a Flyers game this year, but next year we will, for sure. But Patriots stuff, it's been fun. Got a lot of good things coming up, too, this weekend. We got some guests coming on to do some podcasts with, and we'll still be doing play-by-play. We'll be doing the Sixers game on Saturday afternoon as well, so if you're not able to watch the game, make sure you come on here, man. So I give you a sort of like a radio play-by-play, if you will, of the game. How many people we got on here, man? I was going to do score for the next inning, but I don't think I'm going to do it. $202. Nice. 59 people we got on here. Wow, that's absolutely incredible. Top of the 10th inning we go. It is 2-2. Again, I'm Jason Joseph, and I will repeat myself again. If you're new to my channel, well, I am from South Jersey, right? I'm a broadcaster. I've been doing this for about 4 months or so, and I love calling Phillies games. I actually used to broadcast I used to cast Wilmington Blue Rocks games in person. They're the high A affiliate of the Washington Nationals. I did stuff for the radio station at my school for them, and I also got a wonderful opportunity to call Delaware Bluecoats games as well for 2 years at my radio station as well. So there's a runner over at second base. That's the ghost runner. And Arias comes up. That's not the good news. And, well, Soto is back out there for another inning of work here. You're funny. You're funny. I saw that. Arias comes up, and the first pitch he sees is fouled off, and, man, I think that he hit that thumb that he almost jammed like when he was going into home plate, and he seems to be okay. Megan the Stallion. We got Megan the Stallion on here. The celebrity. She's watching me. The 0-1 pitch. That's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. I didn't know Megan the Stallion likes baseball. Cool. And she likes the Phillies. That's sick. That's awesome. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a 2-2 game. In the top of the 10th, the ghost runner Fortes is over at second. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Soto strikes out Luis Arias to start off the top of the 10th inning. That was a huge strikeout. He swung on and missed at the slider. And Arias just said, damn, and well, that's only the reason why that they left Soto out there. So now Rob Thompson wants to switch things up, and he wants to go to his bullpen again. 1 out in the top of the 10th inning. We have a pitching change as Craig Kimbrell will be coming in for the Phillies. And Soto gets a round of applause by the fans for getting that big out. And Meg the Stallion. Friend Shelley. Oh, man. Oh, hey, mate, this is Ken. That's funny. If you guys are new to my channel, as always, if you enjoy my play-by-play commentary, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We just reached the 200 mark today. We've been going at this for a very long time, man. We've been doing this for, well, not that long. It's been about 4 months, but, you know, we've been putting out a lot of content, grinding. If you love Sixers basketball, if you love Phillies baseball, if you're just a fan of sports, that's what I do. I do play-by-play. I do podcasting as well. So if you like my play-by-play descriptions, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon so that way you also know when I upload. That's crazy if that's actually somebody go check out. Oh, wow, that's tough. Thanks. I appreciate it. Wow. Oh, my goodness, man. Can the Phillies win this game? If you believe in the Phillies, comment down below, man, because I do believe in them. So let's make sure that I have this correct. So let me add some notes here. She threw an opening day pitch also, it seems, recently. She wants to give you a JJ a play-by-play. That's funny. Oh, that is funny. I like that. It's not Megan Thee Stallion. It's a Phillies fan. Is a Phillies fan is a boy. That's funny. Alrighty. Here we go. Kimbrel out there on the bump for the Phils. De La Cruz comes up. 1 out in the top of the 10th. Then the first pitch that Kimbrel throws is a fastball at the knees for a strike. So Brian De La Cruz has singled twice, and he's also driven in an RBI as well. Defense playing at a normal depth. The 0-1 pitch to De La Cruz. He slaps that one the opposite way down the right field line. It's a fair ball. And Flores will come in to score. It's an RBI single that tries to go extend it into a double. And guess what? De La Cruz is out at second base on a nice throw by Castellanos. But De La Cruz wants to review this play to see if he was out. Turner did make the tag. He tried to extend a single into a double down the first base line, but nonetheless, the Marlins do have a 3-2 lead. Nice job by Castellanos to get over to it, and he threw a nice strike over there to second base. Let's see if he got in. Nope. Turner just got him on the cleat, the left cleat. Nobody on, 2 outs, but the Marlins do take a 3-2 lead. In the top of the 10th inning on the RBI single by De La Cruz. And here's Yuli Gurriel. The first pitch he sees is called strike. It's called a strike. Marlins up 3-2 now. That's the second RBI on the day by De La Cruz. The 0-1 pitch to Gurriel. He swings and misses at the 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Gurriel today 1 for 4. And Kimbrel forgot to get over to his stats. He has a 10.38 ERA and 4 1/3 of an inning pitched. Only 3 strikeouts and 6 walks. The 0-2 pitch. That's fouled back towards the screen. 95 miles per hour on the gun. Phillies down 3-2 on an RBI single in extra innings on the top of the 10th inning by Brian De La Cruz. The 0-2 pitch. Time was just called at the very last second, and the home plate umpire is going out there to talk to JT. Kimbrel was ready to throw his pitch, and I don't even know what just happened there. That was a little bizarre. 2 seconds were left on the pitch clock. Okay, it was all right. It was an automatic ball. Nope, they don't even call it an automatic ball. It looked like it was, but nonetheless, okay, 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2 pitch to Gurriel. It's on the outside corner, called strike 3, so regardless if it was a 1-2 pitch or not, they didn't even update it on the scoreboard. It's a strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the 10th. Pache will be leading things off as it's going to be 9-1-2 coming up for the Phils. That sucks. Darn, that sucks. JJ was going to be all up in your Ugh, you're funny. All right, so Pache comes up to bat now. GG, Marlins won this. It's not over. I'm telling you, it's not over. I bet you that everyone's going to recognize that Pache's probably going to want a bunt here. Homer. Yeah, Homer wins it. That's the funny thing. If you guys are new to my channel, as always, I just want to mention that my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ from South Jersey. We've been going at it very strong over the last 4 months, calling Sixers games, doing some Patriots games as well. We started at the end of their season, and we're doing Phillies games. It's going to be busy in the next coming weeks with the Sixers playoffs and with more Phillies games. We got a lot of content coming up, so if you like my play-by-play, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We also do podcasts on here as well. And, yeah, so that's all I got to say. And also, if you subscribe to my channel, I'll give you a shout-out, obviously, because that's what I got to do. I got to shout out everybody. Got 64 people on here. Wow, that is crazy. 76ers go to win. Yeah, oh, they got to win. Yeah, they do. What are they showing here from Craig Kimbrell? Why did they pan back to this? Let me see. Let me turn on the closed caption here. That was a pitch clock violation. Okay, so that's what it was. So they were trying to see if it was a pitch clock violation or not, and it was. But regardless, he got the strikeout. All right. Here we go now. Sosa's over at second base. He's the ghost runner. Phillies have their chance now. They're down 3-2 in the bottom of the 10th. Jordan Pache comes up to the plate, and he lifts that one. It was a broken bat. It was a little flare over to third base, and Segura catches it for the first out. So Pook's still out there on the bump for the Marlins, who lead 3-2, and the winner of this game wins the series. The good news for the Phillies is that Bryson Stott is coming up, and he is the leadoff hitter for today's game. He's 2 for 4. So Pook has 14 pitches, 1 pitch in this inning, and that was a pop out. Sosa takes a lead off, and the first pitch to Stott is inside and high for a ball. Ooh. 1 ball, no strikes. Sosa is over at second base. He's the ghost runner here. 1 out in the bottom of the 10th. The Phillies trail 3-2. The 1-0 pitch. It's taken on the outside corner. A 95-mile-per-hour fastball for a called strike. My heart's racing. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-1 pitch to Stott. He takes a look at the fastball that was on the upper third, part of the outside corner of the strike zone, for a strike 2. Can the Phillies try to tie it up here? Stott behind in the count 1-2. 1 out in the bottom of the 10th. The Phillies trail 3-2, and Stott lines that one foul. That was way inside, and it was a defensive swing. It was a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. It was way inside, and it jammed him, but luckily he fouled it off. Turner waits on deck. Stott up at the plate. Crucial moment for him here. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Pook looks back at second base. Winds up and delivers the 1-2 pitch. It's on the outside corner, called strike 3. And Stott goes down looking for out number 2. And that'll leave things up to Trey Turner. That was a 96-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside corner. Trey Turner steps into the batter's box. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock here. Sosa takes a lead off at second base. And the first pitch to Turner. A check swing. Did he go? It was inside. And they appeal over at first base and say no swing. Turner's 2 for 4. He singled and doubled and also stole a base in his first 2 at-bats. Then he struck out and grounded out in his next 2. The 1-0 pitch to Turner. He takes it all the way for a sweeper that was at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies down 3-2. They're down to their final out. Sosa over at second base. He's the ghost runner. The 1-1 pitch to Turner. He flies that one out to right field, and it goes into foul territory, and it goes out of play. Phillies down to their final strike. It's a 3-2 ball game. The Marlins lead by 1. Pook on the bump with 22 pitches. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 pitch to Turner. Swinging a pop-up into shallow center field. Birdie gets underneath it, and he calls everyone off and makes the catch for out number 3. And the Phillies lose by a final score of 3-2, and they also lose the series 2-1 to the Marlins. That was a final in 10 innings. And the Marlins bullpen today, got to give them a lot of credit. They went 5 innings. They allowed 1 hit, no earned runs, and they had 8 strikeouts. And that is how the Marlins were able to win this one. And, well, that was a tough one for the Phillies. Gene Segura, high fives all around for him and for the Marlins as they're all high-fiving each other. The Phillies go down. They will be in Cincinnati for a 4-game set. We will be covering tomorrow evening's game. Don't know if we're going to be on for Friday, but Saturday we will not be on for that because we're going to be doing the Sixers game. We have a whole lot of Sixers content coming up just for that day. And we also have a Sixers podcast that's coming out tonight. I have a guest coming on, and we'll be talking about some Sixers playoffs with him. That was a tough one, but, the Phillies will be back at it tomorrow. And we'll be back on here for that game. So I'm Jason Joseph. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed my play-by-play commentary. And, yeah, man, I really appreciate all the love and the support that you all have given me over the last 5 months or 4 months. It's been nothing but love. And, man, we're really growing this family. And the fact that we reached 200 today, sign of more good things to come. Growing at a really fast rate. All right. Lila Tov, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow night for a Phillies game, but I'll also be back on tonight. So if you want to tune into the Sixers cast that I have going on at 9:30 with my friend, I'm doing an interview with him. Make sure you stay on for that, man. All right. Peace out. Hopefully you all have yourselves a great rest of your day.